This is something I've observed a few times, and it's actually quite scary, and yet another thing that no one ever speaks about. As shocking as it may seem, I firmly believe that it is easily possible to reach a stage where the U-turn isn't possible anymore. You'll just never go back to that position where good learning is possible. And I have several arguments for this. The first one is that I've observed that everyone has this sort of natural fuse, like a natural threshold of hope or of patience. It's a fuse that easily burns out. And it's very hard to hope 3 or 4 times with the same purity of heart or the same faith. Each disappointment causes a little more resentment. So you try Duolingo, you realize that you've been wasting your time. You try whatever celebrity method is out there and that doesn't work, and then another. And so now you have 3 disappointments in a row, and what happens is that your mental picture of what it means to learn a language, or learn French in this case, is, well, distorted, and your mental picture of what French is supposed to look like is also scrambled. You're all out of oxygen by this time. You see, after 3 unsuccessful tries, you're all out of oxygen. Are you really going to try a 4th time? Are you really going to try a 4th time? After these 3 failures, what is the 4th try going to look like? My second argument is just that I believe that some things in life can only be done once, like falling in love with the same person, being excited at discovering a new place, and having that frame of mind to learn French. You know, how is it possible to fall in love with a person, to not like them anymore, and to re-fall in love a second time with that same person? It's never the same love, it's never the same thing. And that first love will never be erased. You go to Paris, you fall in love with Paris, it starts to get really boring. I don't like Paris anymore now. Forget Paris, go back there, you re-fall in love with Paris. It's the same surprise all over again, the same sense of wonder. Life doesn't work that way, does it? My third point, and perhaps a bit surprisingly, is the well-known physics law, the law of conservation of mass, and the first law of thermodynamics. And they state that energy and mass can neither be created nor destroyed. In other words, your 3 or 4 bad experiences learning French exist forever. They're still there, they're never going to not exist. These experiences learning French unsuccessfully have pushed you along a certain way, and each time the door closes behind you, you'll never again be standing on that very first doormat, ready to walk through that first door. Some rare people are lucky to have found the right teacher or method the very first time before they walk through that very first door, but it's very rare. Most people move forward with all these doors closing behind them, and the U-turn is no longer possible. Your initial interpretation of what it means to learn French will always be there, as will your mental picture of French. The statement, "you learned French all wrong," coming from a teacher, is really hard to act upon, because now we're doing a different job. We're trying to unteach you while at the same time teach you. How does that even work? Are we hoping that the good way overwrites the bad way? Who's to say it's going to work? Based on all this, I would say, as a professional, watch out. Be very, very careful who you learn with or how you learn. You'll never again reach that perfect stage of optimal learning that might even be necessary. I don't have the answer to this. For all I know, it's one of the conditions to learn properly.